Well, Dupetos, we are finally in preseason. That is right. Our Philadelphia Union are in preseason. Preseason training has begun for the Philadelphia Union. We are in the first week, and in the first week, the Philadelphia Union have made another signing. And here today on DOOP by the River, guys, we're going to discuss this new signing for our Philadelphia Union. But guys, don't go anywhere, because you don't want to miss this next episode of DOOP by the River. But let's get this started, guys, shall we? Let's do this. Done! Guys, real quick before we move forward, first off, I'd like to welcome everyone to DOOP by the River, the show where we follow everything Philadelphia Union with me, Parceo Philly. And before we get started, guys, I'd like to make the first big announcement of this episode, and that is, if you guys haven't paid attention to anything on social media, DOOP by the River and Parceo Philly are now a part of the Philly Sports Network. That is right. I'm really excited to be a part of Philly Sports Network. I really appreciate all the welcoming and the warmness that everyone has been giving me towards this move, especially everyone part of PSN. This is a great, in my opinion, this is the perfect move for me right now. You guys know my motives, and that is trying to make Philadelphia a 5 sports town, and just joining PSN really helps me to reach my goals with that especially. So now, DOOP by the River is now part of the Philly Sports Network. Guys, this is a huge step for me personally, but guys, if you want to continue seeing me grow, you absolutely can do that. Help me out by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, and sharing this video and this channel. Watch this Philly Sports Network show grow. All right, guys, we have a couple things on the dock here for the Philadelphia Union, but not only the Union, but we have one tidbit to talk about in the MLS. Actually, 2 tidbits that we have to talk about in the MLS. But guys, let's focus on our team first. All right, let's talk about the first big news down in Chester, and that is the Philadelphia Union have signed the 21-year-old Slovakian international Matej Oravec from the Slovakian League. Now, the Oravec signing is a little interesting. Guys, I know we talked about Jose Andres Martinez a couple weeks ago, and we had Jupiter Ruiz on this show as well. And I felt as if Jose Andres Martinez would possibly be that number 6 potentially for the Philadelphia Union going into next season. Now, according to my sources inside the team, it seems as if Jose Andres Martinez is a little bit raw and is not quite ready yet to start day in and day out, match in and match out for an MLS team. So that doesn't mean that he's not going to be a crucial piece for the Union, but it just means that, you know, he just needs a little seasoning, needs to understand how the American game works a little bit. It's definitely a little bit more faster than what he's probably used to in Venezuela, probably a little more physical than what he's used to in Venezuela. But I'm not losing faith in Jose Andres Martinez. Now, for right now, it looks, in my opinion, that Oravec is going to be the starting number 6 going into next season, just from his skill set. Watch a couple of his highlights. I've talked about him before. I think that he's what exactly the Union wants in the replacement of Harris Medunian. Now, this is a guy who not only can do what Harris did as far as the long passes and just creating the quick transition for the Union, but he brings what Harris lacked. And that's the defensibility and tracking the ball in our own zone and being essentially that 5th center back, that 5th defender in the back line if need be when teams are in the final third. He seems to be an improving player as well. It's definitely one of those moves where he probably wants to move up in his career, and he feels as if coming to America is the perfect opportunity than growing in Slovakia and going through that route. Now, we've seen that Ernst Tanner is in love with moves like this. Obviously, Kasper Schmeichel and Kai Wagner first come to mind because those are 2 moves that actually did pan out and worked out well for the Philadelphia Union. Now, Kai Wagner, guys, before he came to Philadelphia, his worth was around $300,000. Right now, if you look at transfermarket.com, he's around $1 million. Now, this is definitely going to attract the lower level European players, because that's really what Ernst Tanner is really banking on, and really it's working out well. Will Oravec become the next Kai Wagner, Kasper Schmeichel? We will see. From what I'm seeing like now, I love his play, and he seems to be like a positive, fun guy. He already is embracing Philadelphia, you guys all saw the Instagram post where he was, of course, down at the link. I believe it was for the Cowboys game. He was there supporting the Eagles as an Eagles fan, so it seems like he's bought in completely with the city, so that's always a good sign. And of course, guys, sexy season take is definitely started a new movement here in the Unionverse. I'm loving all what you guys are saying and talking about as far as sexy season. I already see a couple T-shirts coming out for this motto, and that's it seems as if that this is the new motto for the Union's 2020 season. It's all about having a sexy season, and I hope so. I really hope so. I hope to see a sexy style of soccer that translate into a lot of wins and a better season than last year. I'm liking this signing here, guys. Really, what it seems like to me is that the Union are looking for versatile midfielders. You look at every guy in this midfield, especially the starters. Going into this season, looks like you're going to have Brandon Aarons at the tip of the diamond, right? At the left, it's going to be Jamiro Monteiro. At the 6, it's going to be Oravec. At the right, of course, it's going to be our captain, Alejandro Bedoya. But all those guys really can play different positions. Oravec has been known for also playing in the back line. He's played some time as a center back. He's also played time as a full back. He apparently can play up more in the midfield, which I don't think we will see him do. But it's good to know that he's versatile as well. Jamiro Monteiro, you guys know, can play the left shuttle. He's played plenty of the 10 as well. He's done really well at the 10. Same thing with Brandon Aarons. He can play the 10 and he can play the left shuttle midfielder as well. And that's really what Ernst Tanner's looking for. Versatile midfielders, allowing Jim Kirchin's different options to give teams different looks for the Philadelphia Union. When you don't have an owner who wants to spend $5 to $10 million on a striker who's going to score you a bunch of goals, the next best option is to invest in your midfield to dominate games, win the battle of the midfield, excel in the high press, and just sort of like what the Sixers do right now. Play good defense, create turnovers, get the counterattack game working, get those quick transitions to throw off the other team's defenses, and we're gonna score goals like that. And Oravec is going to lead the attack from behind as that regista. And no, this does not mean that Jose Andres Martinez is going to be what some people call a development project per se. I don't believe so. I don't believe he's a development project like some people are thinking. I don't think that Jose Andres Martinez is going to be he's not going to be a Union 2 player. I really don't think he's going to spend time with the Union 2. I will give you that, but I definitely think he's going to see his minutes. He might come off the bench. He might start a couple games, give some guys some rest. Don't just already throw Jose Andres Martinez off. He's going to be good. His skill set is catered to this MLS. That is the latest signing for the Philadelphia Union. It looks like that might be the last big signing for the Philadelphia Union. That is the first tidbit. The Philadelphia Union signing Slovakian international Matej Oravec. Alright, speaking of the midfield, guys, there is one guy in the midfield that is missing from action right now. And it is no secret, guys. It is Ilsinho. Alright, a 34-year-old Brazilian techer. And of course, he was our savior plenty of times last season, is missing right now. And he has yet to sign his contract, allowing him to come back to the Union. And of course, on Twitter on Monday, there was some light shed on the situation. Of course. Now, shout out to Joe Tanzi for, breaking us this news here and telling us, shedding us some light on the situation, what's going on with Ilsinho now. But it seems as if Ernst Tanner is not obviously going to give Ilsinho more money. We're talking about a 34-year-old midfielder who can't play a full 90 minutes for a full season. He's not a regular starter. Yes, he is a vital piece off of our bench who creates sparks and has helped us win plenty of games last season. But Ilsinho is what he is, and to think that we were going to give him more money is a little naive. But of course, to make this matter worse than it was already, Ilsinho's sister decided to put her 2 cents into this situation, and she took to Twitter and responded to Joe Tanzi's tweets and pretty much saying that If the Union want her brother back in Chester, then we need to treat him better. The fact that she wasn't pleased, and it seems like Ilsinho wasn't pleased either, that Jamir Monteiro and Mark McKenzie's got new contracts when Ilsinho was a vital role of our team and is not getting that new contract that he wants. And she also threatens that he's more than happy to go back to Brazil. Now, if you guys are active on Twitter, I took matters into my own hands and I acted out irrationally. And I let my passion get the best of me, and I admit that I was wrong. I admit that what I said wasn't probably the best thing that I should have done. Now, this is my thinking of this. Her saying that does not help the negotiations with this whatsoever. If there was already a stall whatsoever, you better believe that the distance between the Union and Ilsinho got even further. Like, this to me is sort of like Marcus Vick, coming out and criticizing the Eagles organization, Eagles coaching and players and the fans during that Monday night game against the Saints back in 2012. If you, as a sibling of an athlete, have issues with your sibling's team that he works for, then you need to voice that in your own personal space and not take that to social media. And that's where I had a problem with. I understand you're defending your brother. I get that. But you got to understand that both sides are going through negotiations to try to bring him back. You're not helping the situation by going to Twitter and voicing these concerns. And that's where I was upset. I acted out irrationally, and I agree with that. I'm sorry, you don't have a right coming out and trying that. You're voicing out the displeasure that you and your brother have or not helping out negotiations. It's as simple as that. Listen, I want Ilsinho back. We all want Ilsinho back. We all love Ilsinho. But at the end of the day, what all you guys need to realize is that this is a business. And if you're trying to run a smart business, especially when your owner does not like to spend a lot of money, you're not going to sign a 34-year-old midfielder who can't even play, who really can't start for you match in and match out. He's just a super sub. You're not going to pay him more money. Like that it is what it is. So if Ilsinho wants to sign and come back, he is more than welcome. He is part of this team regardless. Regardless of what happens, his imprint on the Philadelphia will never, ever, ever be forgotten. He is up there top 5 players of all time, just from the moments he's given you with the Philadelphia Union. But his value is what it is right now. And I really, really, really hope that Ilsinho's outspoken sister did not hurt these negotiations. Ilsinho, come back. Just a couple quick tidbits from camp so far. It seems as if just the first 2 days of camp that there is a couple trialists that are part of the youth academy that are with the first team down in Wilmington. The Union are down in Wilmington at the 76ers. It seems as if it's a field house that is more so for the Bluecoats of Delaware, the G League team. But they have made it into a indoor turf for the Union to practice on for these preseason training before Clearwater. So we got some youngsters that are showing some good things from what I'm hearing. There's also a trialist. He seems to be a holding forward. I'm hearing holding midfielder, but he has played forward. That is Ibrahim Conte. He is a young Sierra Leone player who's played in Indonesia. He's been around a little bit. I told you guys that this team, I don't know who that holding forward is going to be, who's going to play essentially under Kasper Shibilko. You know Kasper's going to play up top. He's going to be that threat in the box. So you kind of want that holding forward. You know, you don't have Marco Fabian anymore. You don't have Fafa Picon anymore. So who's going to play that role? Now he seems to be really thriving, really playing really well so far in camp. He had an impressive goal as well from what I'm hearing. So just keep an eye out for that. Let's see if he can actually, even make the team. So that'll be interesting to see. I hope he does. And then speaking of forwards, the last tidbit that is really catching the eye in camp so far is Sergio Santos Gomez' hair. My man first was looking like young Jock with the straight hair for a minute, and now these are definitely extensions. I'm not a hairstylist. I didn't go to Cosmo school, but those are definitely extensions. So he's rocking the dread extensions right now. He's trying to get the little dread ponytail going. Hey, I'm not mad at it. It's a different style. Hopefully, it brings in a more aggressive style. But yeah, guys, we need a holding forward. That position is up for grabs, and it's for whoever wants it. So Jonathan Tannewell had an article about Andrew Wooten. I believe he had an interview with Andrew Wooten, but Andrew seems poised to have a big year. He looks in shape. I will say that he did look in shape from the pictures I saw of Andrew Wooten. So I hope someone can step up and can play with Kasper Szyboko, because it really is going to be beneficial for us. But let's get off the pitch real quick, guys. Let's talk about some Union shirts, Union kits now. Last Saturday, the Union rang the bell for the Philadelphia 76ers. And they also announced their new kits. This seems to be the away kits. Now, if you haven't seen them yet, pretty much to make it easier for you guys to understand, it's essentially last year's away kit with the Artisino as the kit sponsor. It doesn't say Bimbo, it says Artisino. Not mad at the Artisino. If they want to play around with that, I've told you guys plenty of times, I'm not mad if they want to take the Bimbo off, try something different. What I was not too happy with was it's the same shirt as last year's away kit. They could have done something a little different, still in all white. It just would have loved to see a little more creativity. I will say though, the announcement at the Sixers game, before the game, ringing the bell, brilliant idea. I love that. Now, as far as the home kits are concerned, they are supposed to be announced, I believe, if it's not February 5th, it's between February 5th and February 7th. What it seems like Adidas is doing for the MLS is they are, this is terrible. It seems as if the Adidas and MLS are putting 3 stripes on the team shirts. Now, so far we've seen LA Galaxy, and they do have the 3 stripes. It seems 3 gray stripes. The Union dropped a hint, and we did see 3 stripes, and on the kit hint. So we will see. I'm gonna go in with an open mind. If we do have the 3 stripes on the blue shirt, the 3 gold stripes on the blue shirt, that's not a terrible idea. I guess we have to see what the rest of the shirt looks like. But you guys know my stance on this. I would love for the MLS to get away from, making these teams use Adidas for kit manufacturing. Love to see for these teams to pick their own manufacturers, and for them and the specific manufacturer that they are signed with to come up with something creative. Because, when you're signed with Adidas and Adidas does every team in the MLS, you're limited in the creativity of these shirts. So we will see. I'll have my full opinion on the kits once that kit announcement comes out. So far, I want a little more creativity on the away kits. That's all I'm going to say. But last bit of tidbit before we sign off here, guys. Let's dive right back out to the MLS, because there's 2 major signings that really blew up MLS Twitter today. First off, Chicharito made official. He is now a member of the LA Galaxy, making El Tráfico even better now. I'm a big fan of this signing. Chicharito's got a lot of proof, in my honest opinion, guys. Like, just because you are the face or one of the faces of Mexican soccer, like, over the last, you could say 2 to 3 years, you've been kind of irrelevant. You really have been irrelevant. You haven't been the dominant guy you were, when you were coming up through Chivas, or when you were playing for Manchester United, or even when you were playing for Real Madrid. You had a good stint, but over the last couple of years, he's become irrelevant. He's got to come in here, play for essentially the biggest, or if not one of the biggest clubs in MLS. He's got to perform. He's going to have a lot of eyes on him, especially there's such a big Mexican contingency down over in LA that is going to want to see Chicharito flourish. So I'm really going to be curious to see what Chicharito really is going to be. I already am hearing that people think that he has a possibility of breaking Carlos Vela's goal records last season. Like, let's relax. Let's take it easy a little bit. In my honest opinion, Chicharito has to fit in Guillermo Barrios Schelotto's system. That's one of the main reasons why I believe that, LA Galaxy didn't go as far as it did. It all predicated on Zlatan Ibrahimovic. This is a team sport. This isn't the NBA. One guy's not going to carry you through the playoffs. The LA Galaxy have to make sure that Chicharito is buying in Guillermo Barrios Schelotto's system, and as well the defense has to improve for the LA Galaxy. LA Galaxy's defense has been terrible over the last couple of years, so those two things really have to go hand in hand to see if LA Galaxy can do something this year. The other major move, Julian Gressel has been traded to DC United and Atlanta United. Man, Atlanta United Twitter is going crazy right now. And I understand what is Atlanta United doing, honestly. Getting rid of LGP. Ezekiel Barco's been in the transfer rumorville. Escobar has been in the transfer rumors as well. They haven't really been bringing any sexy names per se, so there's a little turmoil going down in Atlanta. One thing I will say to all Atlanta United fans out there, listen, guys, you guys got a team, and in 3 years you made the playoffs. You went to 3 Eastern Conference Finals in your 3 years. You won an MLS Cup. For someone here who has suffered for 10 years with his club here in Philly, enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be pretty. But yeah, I don't know where the direction is for Atlanta United. I'm hearing they're going to wait till summer to make a big splash signing. If that's the case, that's not good for Atlanta United. That is not good at all for Atlanta United. Of course, for DC, this bolsters their midfield. Julian Gressel is a solid midfielder. We remember him in the playoffs. DC United just got a little bit better, even though Wayne Rooney's gone there. But guys, that's all I got for you today. A couple things on the docket here with the Union, MLS, me personally. But things are rolling. I'm excited to give you guys some more Union content here, guys. It's going to be a great season, and it's not even anywhere close to getting started, guys. But guys, in the comments below, you want to talk about the Oravec signing. You want to talk about the Ilsinho contract disputes. You want to talk about the shirts. You want to talk about anything going on in the MLS currently, in the comments below. That's where you do it. Let's talk about it there. And guys, if you like what you saw here today and you want to continue helping me grow here in Philly, you absolutely can do that. Help me out by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help this Philly Sports Network channel grow. And of course, guys, if you want to follow me on other platforms, social media, you can absolutely do that. Follow me on Twitter at Parceo Philly. You can also follow me on Instagram at L_Parceo_Philly. You can also find me on TikTok as well. We are there at Parceo Philly. And guys, I am Parceo Philly, telling you guys to do ball. I'll talk to you soon.